Your average gym rat, he stumbles onto training to failure. He knows how important it is, and then he goes in, he does one workout where he goes balls to the walls, every single set is taken to failure, and then for the next three workouts, he's not pushing anywhere near. Or he's lying to himself and he's saying, yeah, that was the last one. You know, I grinded. He didn't grind. Anatoly has been consistently taking every single set to failure for literally the past 10 years, maybe even longer. This guy, it's second nature to him. When I first started training to failure, to be honest, I wasn't doing it as consistent as I liked, or I wasn't actually reaching failure. And the reason is because it is hard. Like, it's difficult. It's a mental war. It's not about being physically tired or your muscles being physically weak. It's about pushing past a barrier which feels impossible to get to. And especially on some really straining or really, really long reps, it can be very, very difficult. But that's the thing. That didn't last long. It didn't take long of me trying to push to failure to end up always pushing to failure. It was just something that I converted into. And although at first it definitely wasn't consistent, as time went along, things became very, very different. And that's the thing. You notice normal people's approach to this when they start. And to be honest, sometimes you'll see people doing it randomly. They'll have a really fun day and they'll add in something like a drop set, or they'll superset something and they'll do both to failure, and they'll see it as whoa, that's incredible, I'm gonna do some bench press and then we'll do some curls after, and they're both gonna be to failure, and it's gonna be super, super cool because I'm here with my friends. They're gonna spot me, we're gonna do incredible, we're gonna have an amazing workout. And the problem there is that's the one time they go to failure in a month, in 2 months, in 3 months, in that one workout where they're yeah, we're all here, all the boys are together, let's do this. And the other problem is they're doing too much. I can guarantee these guys, if they did less in that balls to the walls workout with their friends when they're taking everything to failure, if they did less, they'd probably the next day wake up and be like, I don't actually feel too bad. Maybe I should try this out a bit more. But the problem is, in these workouts, when they end up doing that, when they stumble onto this sort of thing, they do too much volume. They do their normal amount where it's 4 sets an exercise and way too many exercises. And especially with adding in things like supersets and drop sets, they feel so sore. They feel so tired. They don't recover very well. And then when people start telling them that it's better, when people like us are trying to recruit them because they're good friends of ours and we're like, come on, you have to do it, you have to try it, they're like, no, I've tried it before, it feels awful and it didn't work, and all it does is cause pain and there's a higher injury risk, and I don't want to do it, and can we just do a normal workout, please? Can we just do what everyone else does? And you're kind of there left with just this pit in your stomach because you don't want to do a normal workout, and you have only really 2 options. The first is to waste it and get an awful stimulus and generate a ton of fatigue, and also not even know how hard you're supposed to be pushing yourself because you're always used to. It sounds kind of strange, but we know that as we kind of go further into this, it becomes natural to go to failure. And if we were we don't even know when to stop, basically, because we stop when the thing no longer moves. So if we have to kind of protect ourselves, and we have 4 sets of an exercise, we have no idea how many reps we're supposed to do because we want to make it through, and we don't want to accumulate too much fatigue because our friends are going insane. Or we just treat it like not a workout, or we do half the weight and we just pretend, and we're it's such a difficult situation because of course you want to have friends, you want to show off your strength, and you want to have a good time, but they make it very, very difficult, which is honestly why I prefer just working out myself because anytime anyone else is there, it becomes a whole different thing, having to skip rest breaks or do exercises I didn't really want to do on that day, or not even know how much weight I'm supposed to do on a certain thing, and it can make it very, very difficult. But here's the thing, if you want to be consistent with training to failure, the only thing you need to know is to do it more. Anything in life, I can sit here all day long and I can tell you about how to train to failure. I can tell you about what it means. I mean, it's a very simple concept, but at the same time, you could have a heart surgeon and he could sit there and he could tell you all about heart surgery. and you could cover every little thing, and you could tell you, and you could be like the most knowledgeable person who's not a heart surgeon on the topic of heart surgery. If you were in a room with someone and you had to do heart surgery, could you do it? No. Because you haven't practiced. You haven't actually done the activity, you've just learnt about it. So when you want to get better at heart surgery, you have to perform heart surgery. Whether that be on, fake things or real things, although I doubt anyone's actually going to have the opportunity to do either unless they're actually pursuing that sort of thing. But if we want to get better at training to failure, we're going to have to train to failure. Like, it's that simple. And as time goes along, it becomes super easy and second nature, and we'll perfect things even better. And, each month that goes by, we'll be pushing ourselves even harder. And it'll be an impressive battle, that's for sure. It'll be something which I'm really excited for you guys to go through. But literally, get out there, start pushing to failure. If you have any questions, they're going to be answered here, man. Like, this is the whole purpose of me being here. Being able to give someone information that I didn't have back then. I want people to be equipped. I want them to be ready to learn. And I don't want them to make the same mistakes I did. Both that be training to failure and having those days where I just wasn't pushing properly. Or doing the entire wrong thing anyway. That's the whole reason I'm here.